I'd like to introduce you to the 2010 Lincoln MKS. This vehicle is one of my favorites. It is actually off of the MKR concept vehicle that was introduced at the 2006 Lincoln show for the new cars. And it's retained most of what they did have in that concept vehicle. One thing that you're going to notice on almost all Lincolns now, it's called a split waterfall grill, and it's actually taken from, I think it's a 1941 Lincoln Cabriolet, which is just a classic automobile. This is going to be this distinct styling from now on for Lincoln. And on the 2010 versus the 2009, 2009 was the year that this was introduced. But on 2010, what they've done is made a lot of the features standard that were in a package that you had to purchase on the 2009, and there's even features on the 2010 that weren't available. The nice thing about it, you can get just a standard vehicle, and it's almost completely loaded. And a lot of the customers that purchase this car do not want to have a loaded out vehicle. The reason I chose this vehicle to show you is that it's a standard vehicle, but it's equipped with what's called a navigation package. The navigation package will give you the navigation system, and even if a customer does not want to have the navigation system, what that gives you is a reverse camera. So when you put it in reverse, it has an 8-inch screen that will show the whole complete back of the vehicle. I think it's about 30 feet back. And a lot of the customers that buy this, you know, have to be concerned on backing up and such, on hitting a trash can, or even if you're parking. But another nice feature this has is called a front sensing system. And so many customers now say, oh Todd, the shape of the vehicle, it's hard to park. Well, what's nice on this, in your front, since when they're pulling into a garage or even parking up next to another car, it has a front sensor as well as the rear sensor. Another thing that's standard this year, it was optional, are the HID headlamps along with the adaptive headlamps. And what that'll do for you, basically it helps you avoid an accident. Particularly at night with the HID headlamps, it'll give you more visibility. I'm not sure the exact distance, but you can take a vehicle without the HID headlamps and one with, and you can see it's a brighter, clearer light. Also, when turning, particularly in the mountains, if you've ever driven up around Prescott or Flagstaff at night going around the mountains, or even in town going around some of these corners, if there's no lights, this will actually turn with you when you go. I'm going to open the car up and show you exactly what that will do. It will, when you put the headlights, you will see this. A lot of customers say, well, what's wrong with it?
There you go.
Let you know the next system will. Another feature that they came out with on this vehicle.
Hey, Todd, just so you know, those are speed sensitive. The lights.
On the
faster you go, the more.
The faster the okay. On this, the keypad, when they came out with this vehicle, everybody said, oh my gosh, they did away with the keyless entry system. And what they did, it's a touch sensitive, and it's illuminated at night when you just come up to the vehicle and touch it. Another feature they have, it's called an intelligent access key. With this, if I have the key in my pocket and I walk up to the vehicle and just touch this, I call it stroking. It's kind of like a stroke, but it will automatically open the vehicle. One other nice thing with this, I'll say the vehicle is locked. Your hands are full, you don't have time to click it or use that to access the trunk, which is you're able to do. As long as the key is in your pocket, you can open the truck back. I'll show you the truck later, but I just wanted to show you that now. With this, shoot, I can just touch that and open the vehicle. One thing nice to always note is where the opener is on the vehicle you're showing, as you can be searching around there always in different places. Usually on the Lincoln it's over here right on the left, and you don't have to reach in too far. So many vehicles now do not have these hoods, of course. They have a metal beam that you have to stick up here to hold up. This is just a nice feature, gives you more access to it. The Lincoln has, I believe it's 274 horsepower, 276 pounds of torque. What that means, a lot of people that are looking at this vehicle say they had a Lincoln Town Car, or maybe the old Continental like that. This is a perfect vehicle for someone that has had the Town Car. They say, well, it's a V6 engine. I said, well, yes, it is, but it has about the same horsepower as what you had in your Lincoln Town Car. It's a little bit less on the torque. I think the torque on the Town Car was about 280. This is 276. But when they drive it, they will love it. In this vehicle, too, you can have the front-wheel drive, which it comes standard with. You can bring it with the all-wheel drive, which if someone is driving a town car, they're talking about the rear-wheel drive, that just makes a perfect balance for it. I have one customer that has a town car. He's emphatic that he wants another town car. He always gets one every 2 years. Told him about this. He's emphatic that he doesn't want it. I'm convinced once I get him here to drive it and I tell him about the new way to keep the car every 2 years, which is what he does, which you really can't do on the town car, he's going to pick this vehicle. The safety on this Lincoln MKS is what they call the National Institute of Highway Safety. It's a 5-star rated vehicle on all areas except the rollover, I think, is a 4. But you don't see that on all types of vehicles. That will help on the insurance costs, because that's the way the insurance companies base their ratings. The standard features on this too, that the ambient lighting. That is a feature where it will light up your cup holders at night. It's kind of almost like a mood lighting. There's some big, matter of fact, Lloyd has the Lincoln MKS. On the MKZ, I did not have it in my vehicle. But what it will do at night, you don't have to flip on another light to see where you're placing some things too. It's on the floor, like that. If you come around over here, you can see on the interior, this is the nicest thing. A lot of town car customers say, I don't want that center console. I tell them, well, sit in it. Because when you sit in it, on a typical vehicle with the console, your knee hits it. If you can get the customer inside and sit in it, first thing you're going to notice is, well, yeah, it is roomier than what I thought. Plus, the leather on this vehicle. I'm not so good on fancy terms, but I know it's called the Bridge of Weir leather, and what that means, it's from Scotland. It's the leather, it's like buttery soft. When you get in a vehicle and you just touch the leather on different vehicles, you can definitely notice the grade of it. On this vehicle too, you have up here, you notice how it kind of flows. This is all hand tucked and stuff. I didn't realize that when I was reading it. I think a difference that they did from the 2010 on the select shift, you don't have to take the select shift and bring it down and flip it over. What the select shift is for is if you want to manually shift the vehicle, have more control on the vehicle. And what they've done is you came up here with a paddle shift, which is like a race car. You don't have to take your hands off the steering wheel to work that.